Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl CC for real, aka CY, or vice versa. Woo! Before we get into it, kindly subscribe to my channel because the gist of today is a very hot gist, but obviously a spiritual gist, as you know how we do it. And we're discussing about Mr. Sean Combs, aka Diddy, versus Miss Cassie Ventura. So there has been some disturbing footage that has come up, and this footage was from 2016, and it was a CCTV footage from the Intercontinental Hotel, and it was showing how Mr. Diddy was violating Miss Cassie, and it is a very disturbing footage. So earlier on, or later on, sorry, last year in November, Miss Cassie filed a lawsuit against Mr. Sean Combs, and this was a 42-page lawsuit that had allegations of him violating her in the most ungodly ways possible. And the thing is, she was settled after 24 hours. And I'm actually giving a backstory for those who live under the rock, sadly, who do not know the story. But then again, Mr. Diddy actually settled Cassie in under 24 hours of the case. So what happened is that many people got online and tried to say that Cassie was trying to extort Mr. Diddy here, and many people did not believe the allegations that were being put against Mr. Diddy. And so she was settled the money, but people did not believe that the allegations were true. The internet was divided. Most people thought maybe it was true. Other people thought that she was pretending and she was just out there for the money. But then again, as I'd like to say, when you are positioned with a case, now let's talk about it in real life. If there's something that is happening, that your character is being defamed and things of that nature, what usually happens is that most of the time you do not have the grounds to defend yourself. Most of the time you do not even have the evidence to defend yourself. But what God will end up doing is he will usually just take his time and vindicate you at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, as we know, the truth shall always come to the light. And that's why this footage is actually coming up right now. And as we can see it, it is a very sad situation for the people who actually called Cassie names. People shamed her and they tried to say that there was nothing like abuse that happened. But as we can see it, it has actually come to the light that she truly went through that very disturbing, horrific thing. And it was not actually just for a day, it was actually going on for 10 years. Now, that is the sad part. And today, the scripture of reference is Luke 18:7, which says, "And shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them?" And when we talk about vindication, trust me, sometimes vindication may take 10 years, vindication may take 8 years, vindication may take a very long time, and even 30 years and things of that nature. But then again, God will make sure that things fall into place at the time that things are supposed to fall into place. And when we talk about vindication, I have also personally been in such kind of situations where I did not have the grounds to defend myself, and at that time I did not even have the energy to defend myself. But it took for my case took close to 2 years, and the Lord vindicated me earlier on this year. And it was very clear and apparent that the thing that was happening, I had nothing to do with it, but I did not defend myself. So the thing is, when you are going through this kind of trials, especially trials that are putting you out in public or trials that have things to do with your reputation or that are coming against your reputation, it is usually best not to defend yourself sometimes and just let time tell, let God unfold it. Because if you are truly God's child, I do not think that God is going to suppress that. It is just that most of the time, us as human beings, we usually want to put ourselves in a place where we want to avenge, we want to make the things play out and to prove our innocence. But in real sense, it is God who does that. So when justice is served, when we let God be the judge, because God is a righteous judge as we know it, he does things perfectly and things fall into place. It's like a domino effect when we leave matters to God's hands. And so when it comes to vindication, I feel like sometimes it is not best, or it is not suitable for you to go on defending yourself. Let God do the defending for you, especially for defamation and a smear campaign. This is the
Another
point
scripture
where
also
God
that is
has
very
to come in
popular
for
is
you and
Isaiah
not you
54
doing
and
it on your
17, that
own.
it says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is me, saith the Lord." This verse also speaks about the vindication, but the ultimate thing that I wanted to also point out in this video is that how the truth comes out in the light. You see, the thing about God, when he wants to tear someone high and mighty down, he makes that person rise up. He usually wants that person to rise up. He usually wants that person to fume, that person to be like balloon status, God status here on earth. And he wants that person to thrive in the best way. So that's why when sometimes like you feel like let me just call it karma, you feel like karma is not taking place, it is God trying to make that person elevate and rise, so that the fall of that person can be so noisy, it can be so loud. It is not a sweet fall when that person falls on average grounds, or when that person just falls normally without any rise. So sometimes God will let that person or that thing that is happening, will let it escalate to a point where it looks like that person or that thing is thriving and you are the one that is still suffering. But all in all, God is still working and cooking out a plan where when this person comes to fall, it is a loud fall. It is a fall that also serves as a cautionary tale. It is a fall that leaves people scared. It is a fall that looks like, yes, this is the judgment of the Lord. And that is why also we should not also be quick to revenge and things like that, because we disrupt the whole process. But then again, back to this story of the truth coming to the light, God will always reveal the truth, because you reap what you sow. You cannot plant maize and reap beans. It is not a kingdom principle. The kingdom principle is that you have to reap what you have sown all these years. So he will make everything come out in the light, because you have to pay your dues. So this has been a very like something eye-opening to see, and I like that people come and watch these things on my channel, and my channel is based on real life application of these things that we see in real life, and how we can see the spiritual effects and how things are happening in the spiritual background. So kindly subscribe to my channel and like, share, and what is this again? Subscribe and watch. Yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend that this is the channel of the truth and where the truth is at right now. Thank you.